how to reverse engineer your success. Between daily responsibilities, career pressures, and the constant stream of information from all directions, it can be hard to gain the clarity we need to move forward. In the fast-paced world we live in today, it's easy to feel lost or uncertain about where we're headed in life. However, one of the most powerful tools we can use to overcome this uncertainty is envisioning where we want to be a year from now, who we want to embody, and what we want to achieve. Once we have that clear vision, we can reverse engineer our goals to create a path that is both achievable and motivating. In this video, we'll explore how to gain clarity by envisioning your future self, reverse engineering the process to get there, and focusing on the power of consistency and discipline, rather than relying solely on motivation. Step 1. Envision your future self. The first step toward gaining clarity is to envision where you want to be in 1 year. This is an exercise in creating a vivid mental picture of your future self, considering aspects like your personal life, career, relationships, and health. Ask yourself, what does your ideal life look like 1 year from now? What kind of person are you becoming? How are you spending your days? What achievements have you reached? Take time to reflect on these questions and create a mental or written image of your desired future. Don't just think about the end result, but also consider the journey, the habits, routines, and mindset shifts that would bring you to that place. For example, if you envision yourself in a healthier body, you might see yourself working out regularly, eating nutritious meals, and prioritizing rest. Or, if you see yourself thriving in your career, you might picture yourself confidently presenting ideas, receiving recognition for your work, and leading successful projects. When we imagine an ideal outcome, the brain doesn't differentiate between real and imagined experiences, particularly for emotions, sensory experiences, or goal-directed actions. The process, known as mental imagery or visualization, activates the same brain regions as if we were actually experiencing the outcome. For example, imagining a race activates the motor cortex, and mirror neurons help reinforce the sense of reality in visualization. The default mode network becomes active during daydreaming and future planning, consolidating mental simulations of desired outcomes. This can create a feedback loop where beliefs about success shape behavior, even unconsciously. Visualization also influences the dopamine system, enhancing motivation and reinforcing the feeling that success is achievable. The brain's belief system can change expectations and behaviors, as seen in the placebo effect, where vivid mental imagery alters actual performance. If external reality doesn't match beliefs, we might subconsciously act to align it. Embodied cognition suggests our mental state can affect our physical state. Imagining success can lead to physical changes like posture or heart rate, reinforcing the imagined reality. Emotional memories, stored in the amygdala and hippocampus, further integrate the imagined experience into a sense of realness. The brain's neuroplasticity allows repeated visualizations to reshape neural connections, making the imagined scenario more likely to occur. This blending of imagined and real experiences blurs the line between perception and reality. The key is in embodying the feeling sensation of the desired outcome. When we envision our ideal outcome, the brain treats the imagined experience similarly to actual experience. This mental rehearsal strengthens neural pathways associated with the desired result. As you visualize, you create a mental blueprint of how things could unfold. This is akin to the brain rehearsing the necessary actions and strategies for success, even before the event occurs. Step 2. Reverse engineering the process. Once you've painted a clear picture of where you want to be, the next step is to reverse engineer the process. This means breaking down the bigger vision into smaller, actionable steps that can be completed over time. Reverse engineering helps transform a distant goal into tangible actions and milestones. To do this, start by asking the following questions. What actions, habits, or skills will you need to develop to reach your goal? What steps will you take in the first few months to get started? How will you measure progress along the way? What obstacles might you face, and how can you plan for them? By creating a detailed action plan, you create a clear roadmap that guides you from where you are now to where you want to be. It's crucial to start with the end in mind and work backward to determine what needs to happen in order for your goals to become a reality. For example, if your goal is to launch a successful business in 1 year, you can break this down into smaller tasks like researching your market, designing a product or service, creating a website, and building an audience on social media. Each of these tasks can then be broken down further into specific daily or weekly actions. If you need more assistance breaking down these steps or a quick hack to transform your mindset and align to a higher vibration, you can download a free P.A.N.A.C.E.A workbook at www.HolisticSchool.Online. Step 3. The power of consistency and discipline. When it comes to executing your plan, consistency and discipline are the true keys to success, far more than relying on motivation. Motivation can be fleeting, often coming and going based on your mood, energy, or external circumstances. On the other hand, consistency and discipline provide a steady foundation for progress, regardless of how you're feeling. Here's why consistency and discipline are more powerful than motivation. 1. Consistency creates momentum. Consistent actions, no matter how small, create momentum. The more you show up, day after day, the more progress you make, and eventually, the compound effect of your efforts leads to significant results. Even if you're not feeling particularly motivated, simply showing up and taking action helps to keep you moving forward. If you lose steam or willpower one day, you can come back more powerfully the next day. 2. Discipline builds long-term habits. Discipline allows you to stick to your commitments even when it's tough. It's about doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel at the moment. When discipline becomes a habit, it no longer requires a burst of motivation to get you going. It becomes part of who you are. It can be helpful to implement new habits or rituals with our current routines to ensure that we are adopting the habit into our lives. For instance, reciting affirmations before getting out of bed in the morning, while making breakfast, or driving to work. 3. Motivation follows action. Interestingly, action often generates motivation. When you take consistent steps toward your goal, you start to feel a sense of progress. This feeling, in turn, fuels further motivation, creating a positive feedback loop. This is why people who rely solely on motivation often struggle. They wait for the spark before taking action, when in reality, action should come first. 4. Consistency builds resilience. In the face of setbacks and challenges, consistency and discipline allow you to persevere. Life will undoubtedly throw curveballs, and your path may not always be smooth. But staying consistent, showing up even when things get tough, helps you build the resilience necessary to keep moving forward. This also reinforces confidence in the long run and building self-trust, knowing you can count on yourself to pull through. Step 4. Celebrate small wins. While focusing on consistency and discipline, it's also essential to celebrate your small wins along the way. This helps to maintain momentum and gives you the motivation to keep pushing forward. Break down your larger goals into smaller milestones and take the time to acknowledge and celebrate each one. Whether it's finishing a project, hitting a personal best at the gym, or reaching a milestone in your business, these small victories remind you that progress is being made. It is important to note and validate the sense of personal accomplishment to attract more feelings of accomplishment if you wish to achieve more success. Step 5. Reflect and adjust. As you work through the process, regularly reflect on your progress and adjust your actions if necessary. Life can be unpredictable, and you may encounter challenges or new opportunities that require you to pivot. Reflection allows you to stay flexible and adjust your plan to stay on track with your ultimate vision. Gaining clarity about where you want your life and self to be in 1 year is a powerful first step in achieving your dreams. By reverse engineering the process, breaking down large goals into smaller actions, and focusing on consistency and discipline rather than motivation, you can create a sustainable path toward success. Remember, it's not about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about taking consistent, disciplined actions that will move you closer to the person you want to become. Success doesn't happen overnight. It is a gradual process that takes conscious effort and desire to drive the goal through to completion. You won't lose 50 pounds or achieve optimal health in a 24-hour period. Remember to be realistic so you can also practice patience reasonably. As you commit to this process, trust that the compound effect of your efforts will lead to the transformation you desire, one small step at a time. Transform your mind in 10 minutes with a free P.A.N.A.C.E.A workbook. Or align to better outcomes by accelerating the process with a fast-track system when you access the complete 7-step P.A.N.A.C.E.A system included with the Therapeutic workbook. You can access the P.A.N.A.C.E.A system or free P.A.N.A.C.E.A workbook at www.HolisticSchool.Online. Stay tuned and subscribe for more holistic psychology updates. We love and appreciate your support. Thanks for joining me.